Hi guys, today I'm here with the all new MG4 EV. Now this is definitely the new kid on the blocks in terms of EV and also one of the best value EVs to market. And here's why. We made it down to SMMT, where we get to drive a range of cars, although these are just a whistle-stop tour, starting with the MG4. The MG4 starts from £25,000 for the SE, but we're here today with the Trophy. The Trophy gives us 271 miles of range, as well as some extra goodies, including this very stylish spoiler. The Trophy comes with a 64 kilowatt battery, 201 brake horsepower, and a 0 to 60 time of 7.9 seconds, which isn't thrilling, but it's definitely enough. Inside is very minimalistic, but the quality is a lot higher than I expected. The seats are very comfortable, and whilst they are a little bit higher up, because again, we're sat on the battery, the seating position is great with amazing visibility. And when you jump into the rear, there is so much room. Even as an adult, you've got plenty of headroom and legroom for a comfortable road trip. Now you've got lots of little space in here, like even some little pockets here as well, which means if you're trying to entertain the kids and keep a tidy car, it is possible. And when it comes to the boot, we have 336 litres of storage. Now that is less than the ID3, but you're not compromising on style. You look good, but also have enough room to put your family holiday suitcases. The max charging speed of the MG4 is 135 kilowatts, and it will do 10 to 80% in just 35 minutes. So let's head out onto the roads. Initially, the ride is actually incredibly comfortable. It feels very tied down and it's absorbing all the potholes and bumps as you need it to. Now, when it comes to handling, you can put down quite a bit of power whilst going around these corners. It's very settled. Again, typical EV characteristic that the battery is low down, so your centre of gravity is very, very good. But you still need a good car to have that fun around the corners. But as soon as we get onto a kind of fun B road, this is what we're looking for in a car. EVs are that next step. And we want something that, yes, we have the quiet, we have the comfort, we have the regenerative braking and all the systems. But we also want something that looks good. We want something that is fun to drive when we want it to be. It needs enough power that we can get out of sticky situations. It's covering all the boxes on such a small price tag. Now, these handling capabilities come from the fact it is rear wheel drive. That means that we're steering with the power to the rear, which means we're getting around the corners a lot more swiftly. The brake pedal is very well judged. Even though we have got e-pedal, it doesn't bring you to a full stop, which means I think the driver has a little bit more control, but you're still getting that regenerative braking system that you buy an EV for. It also means that we can stop really easily and have everything go flying. As previously mentioned, the looks of this thing is super impressive, especially in this volcanic orange. But in terms of visibility out the front, we have got absolutely tons. There is not a single issue here at all. But when it comes to looking out the rear, because we have got that slope back, which, don't get me wrong, looks absolutely fantastic, it does mean we have a smaller rear view mirror. But being the Trophy, we have things like the cameras, so when it comes to parking and that side of things, which if you're like me, not great at, this really helps that. And it just has all the tech that you need. You have a 7-inch driver display system, which has all the information you need from your battery percentage, your range, and a nice big digital speedo, which I think is a must in a car. You can change as well for things like lane assist and show different little features that you may personally want. You also get your 10-inch infotainment system, and in some of the older MGs like the MG5, it's a little bit unresponsive, and for this one they have completely revolutionised it. It's everything you need in terms of Apple CarPlay, sat-nav, Bluetooth, all your driver system aids, everything on there. But it's very, very responsive, it's very funky and very easy to read as well. Some of the text does look a little bit small, like it's trying to cram a lot in, which maybe for the older generations, or if you need glasses, you might just struggle with a little bit. But It's really sleek and sophisticated. The power delivery from the throttle is really nice, and it's so easy to judge as well. Mixed with this accurate steering feel it means on things like the corners, the roundabouts, it's adding to that handling and adding to that experience. Now, I was expecting this to be good. I wasn't expecting it to be this much fun. EVs have always had a questionable place in my heart, and that's because I really enjoy the fun and spirited side of driving. Now, the Cooper Born did impress me with that, but it also has quite an impressive price tag. The MG has really thrown things up for me in terms of the EV market, because even in the SE spec, you're looking at what, £25,000–26,000, and you're still going to be having those handling capabilities because the throttle response, the steering, the weight distribution is all the same as the Trophy. Now, there are certain characteristics in the Trophy that personally I would prefer, so things like the camera system, because we all know I'm not great at parking, but still looking at £33,000 for a brand new electric car that is still very new to the market, that is not a lot. MG has massively stepped up their game in terms of quality. I think the external build is fantastic. It no longer looks like an old man's car, it looks really funky, and I would be so happy to be driving around in one of these. It looks fantastic. And alongside with that, the interior quality. I think the seats, I would like a leather option. That's just personal preference. But the steering wheel feels really nice to hold. The buttons actually, when you're pressing them, pressing random buttons now, sorry. The buttons, when pressing them, but not activating things, have a nice feel to them. A lot of places are going through weird swipey things, and I'm not a fan of that. I like proper buttons. The cabin is incredibly minimalistic. It reminds me a little bit of the Ioniq 5, but it has this cool little platform here with your driver display, which I think no one else has really done. Even the balance of the car, shifting the weight transfer, I'm just a little bit in shock. I didn't expect it from this. I didn't expect it from an EV. But the throttle is so accurate, you can play around with it to shift the transfer of the weight. It's actually left me a little bit speechless. Now, I opened up this video with a statement that the MG4 is the best EV for value on the market. And I think we can almost go one step further than that, because I think in terms of fun, out of all the EVs I have driven, this is currently the best value for money, but also for fun EV on the market at the moment. It has totally surprised me, starting at £25,000. It's still making me speechless, but there we have it, guys. You guys know the drill. To make my journey your journey, like, follow, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!